twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome, families, friends, special guests, and graduates. This is a very special day for our Memorial community. Your graduation marks the culmination of all of your hard work and commitment over the years at Madison Memorial High School. You should be very proud of your achievement. A diploma from Madison Memorial and the Madison Metropolitan School District is highly valued throughout our state and our nation. You are entering a phase in your life where you will have more freedom, more responsibility, and more opportunities than you've ever experienced. This is a time that brings significant changes, and it's up to you to make them for the better. Do not be afraid of all that lies ahead of you. Embrace it. Your years at Madison Memorial High School and all of your experiences in the Madison Metropolitan School District have helped you develop all of the knowledge and skills you will need moving forward. Trust your instincts. Take time today to reflect on the impact that your families have had on who you are as a person. They have in many ways poured their lives into yours to give you this opportunity to be successful. Take advantage of it. Class of 2017, I want to tell you how proud we are of all of you. We are truly in the presence of the finest young adults one can imagine. Young adults who understand the importance of learning, who know the value of being of service to others, and who are excited about what the future holds. The skills you've built and the relationships you've developed with those around you will support you for many, many years to come. Always be yourself, always believe in yourself, live your life so you have stories to tell, and as always, make good decisions. It is my pleasure to share with you this year's senior video. Enjoy.
Is a deeper question altogether, which is, what do you desire? What makes you itch? What sort of a situation would you like? So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object?
Good morning, graduates, parents, staff, and friends. I'm Rahim Ansari, your class president. It has been an honor to serve you for 4 years and to welcome you to Memorial's 49th graduation ceremony. This historic event was first celebrated in 1968 in Mansfield Stadium to commemorate the accomplishments of the very first Spartans. Since then, the ceremony has been held in the main gym, at the Alliant Energy Center, and now here at the Kohl Center. And may I add, this is our second time here this year. Thanks to the boys' basketball team, swim and dive teams, forensics and debate teams, as well as countless others for representing our school at state competitions. And this is no abnormality. For the past 50 years, Memorial has had a tradition of excellence and outstanding performance in academics, sports, and extracurriculars. This is all due, of course, to the teachers, coaches, counselors, secretaries, principals, janitors, and other staff who continue to support us and the entire community every single day. So please, join me in a round of applause for our wonderful staff. Now to us, the students. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. This is a line from everyone's favorite author and poet, Dr. Seuss. And fellow graduates, today is your day. Today is the day you've been working towards, the day you've envisioned since the moment you stepped through Memorial's doors. Today is the day that encompasses the hard work and dedication you've put forth. Now, as Dr. Seuss said, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who'll decide where to go. Our teachers, counselors, family, and friends have done what they can for us. They've taught us, they've guided us, they've supported us. But now it's time for us to take what we've gained from high school and apply it to our lives. Whatever decisions you make are our own. And because we are Spartans, we'll do great things. We'll be seeing great sights. We'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. We won't lag behind. We'll be the best of the best. We'll top all the rest. Except sometimes we won't. The sad truth is that just because we received a great education doesn't mean we're promised anything. Any of us can end up in the place where the streets are not marked, where most windows are dark, and all the doors seem shut. My fellow Spartans, if you ever find yourself in that place, remember that you are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul, and if opportunity doesn't show itself to you, you make opportunity. If you find yourself stuck, then make a change. Throughout high school, we were taught that there are different solutions to problems, different perspectives on issues. So, as graduates, our next task is to take this knowledge and change the way we look at things so that we may find success. We are the next generation of doctors, engineers, teachers, politicians, law enforcement, and so many more that can look at knowledge with aspiration and curiosity instead of fear and ignorance. We can pursue our dreams and accomplish our goals, whether it's traveling the world, finding a cure for cancer, inventing innovative technologies, or making masterpieces of art. We can continue the Memorial legacy and continue to make good decisions. As long as you have faith in yourself and a passion for what you do, there is nothing worthwhile that you cannot achieve. So as we move forward to the next part of our journey, remember that you are a Spartan and you can change the world. Thank you, class of 2017. We are Domination. Together, we are JMN.
It wasn't fair for the socias to have everything. It wasn't our fault we were greasers. This is a quote from the first book I ever read in America called The Outsiders. Reading this book was a significant milestone for me, having English as my third language. The protagonist later goes on to say that the tension made him feel like he had to do something about that disparity. That disparity is similar to mine. I come from a family of 11 children. We all emigrated from my home country in Kenya to come to the United States. We moved to a place with a completely different culture and a way of life. There was no way to prepare for what was to come. Nevertheless, my parents did not bring us here for a vacation, but rather for an exponentially better education we were capable of getting. My first day at Memorial High School was September 1st, 2013. I already had an impression of what an American high school would look like from watching movies. You know, the ones that portray Caucasian people as more important and everyone else is a second-class citizen. I knew that being an African-American Muslim girl was not the best characteristics to have, especially in this predominantly Caucasian community that I lived in. I knew I wasn't going to fit in. And I was terrified of what people would think of me. Through all my trials at attempting to fit in, I never felt like I belonged. No matter how hard I tried to change myself, it always seemed like something major was missing. It wasn't until I started to take advantage of all the opportunities that Memorial High School gave my classmates and I that I started to feel a sense of belonging. I joined Avid Tops, Women's Club, Superhero Club, and even co-created the Muslim Student Association. I participated in every Spear Day, pep rally, and every painful standardized test that MMSD requires. Through these opportunities, I felt a sense of school pride and like a member of this amazing community. Over my 4 years at JMM, I have learned that opportunities come to those who seek them. Whether it's something like taking the last 20 minutes of lunch to talk to your teachers, or something as big as auditioning to be the senior class speaker, every opportunity is an open door to a better tomorrow. Next year, whatever path you may take after JMM, I hope you're able to take advantage of all the opportunities that come your way, and of course, make good decisions. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2017.
Make good decisions. When I first arrived at JMM freshman year, I thought that this unofficial school motto was so incredibly generic, it almost seemed like a parody of itself. After all, who would intentionally make a decision they thought was bad? Over the last 4 years, however, I've learned to find deeper meaning in the slogan. For instance, buried in the motto, "Make good decisions," is another phrase, seemingly simple but often difficult: make decisions. Making good decisions requires us to simply make decisions, an active approach to life that requires thought, discipline, and control. It's clear that as the class of 2017, we've made many decisions throughout our time at JMM, and a large number have even been good. We've dominated the courts, the pool, the mats, the tracks, and the stage. Our class has seen its members achieve truly remarkable success in everything from the hockey team to the math team to the forensics team. That's not to say that the road has always been easy. In the winter of our freshman year, we lost an incredible friend and leader, Principal Bruce Dahman, and witnessed the Memorial community coming together to mourn and to heal. However, together with our new dedicated principal, Mr. Affelt, we've come back stronger than ever and created a class whose strengths are its passion, its diversity, and its relationships. With over 400 students in our graduating senior class, it's unlikely that we've had identical experiences here at JMM. However, What our class community does share in common is a number of key values. We have all grown as scholars by taking a variety of classes to earn our graduation credits, developing as thinkers by taking subjects we might not otherwise explore. We've grown as citizens by learning to work with and contribute to our large, diverse community, which always carries its own obstacles and challenges. And finally, we've grown as people by discovering our own unique identities, by forging strong, lasting friendships, and by committing to the values of respect, responsibility, and readiness that define each Spartan. As we go forth from this school, wherever our lives will happen to take us, and reflect back on the time we've spent here at JMM, it's clear that these 4 years have given us the tools we need to succeed in fulfilling one central objective: to make good decisions. It now lies upon our shoulders as future citizens and scientists and leaders to make the decisions that will shape our world. We have been strengthened by the memories we made here, both good and bad, and now must build upon our successes, learn from our failures, and ultimately create the future together. The very direction of our world lies in our hands. Congratulations on making it here today, and remember, make good decisions.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key. What do I do when my love is
High school graduation may be one of the most significant memories in our lifetimes. Some students have seen each other grow throughout all 12 years in school, and there are students who have joined us coming from a different state or country. But before we leave this room, I want to stress the importance of every individual sitting in front of me. Despite the obstacles it took to get to this point, we've completed high school, and what will happen after high school is different for all of us. But whatever it is that you choose to do, as long as it is the right path, is great, because the future is about yourself first, not pleasing others. And the whole pleasing others over myself was my enemy in high school. See, due to my parents' economic status, my mother's highest education level is 6th grade, and my father is a high school dropout. So finishing high school is already a huge accomplishment in my family. But living in America meant succeeding. We wanted more for me. My parents would always tell me, estudia, échale ganas para que no termines como nosotros. Study, work hard so you don't end up like us. But I struggled in high school a lot. Really, I was not the wisest with having my priorities straight. But my biggest mistake was letting the success of other students bring me down instead of motivating me to do better. And I know this happens with a lot of you. In my case, I would look at the students around me and pressured myself. I took classes that maybe weren't the right fit for me, and I watched how I stumbled down while those surrounding me seemed to have it easy, although nobody has it easy. But my parents couldn't exemplify educational success, so how was I going to be successful? There was that constant disappointment in myself because I thought I'd fail to prove that my parents' sacrifice was worth it. I kept telling myself, they came here for you to be somebody great, not for you to be another nobody. But that's the thing. There's no such thing as a nobody. Not too long ago, Ms. Jansen shared my ethnic studies video to all staff, and it amazed me how just that one video changed the way I was viewed as a student. Because there is more to a person that isn't seen in a classroom or the hallways. So no matter what you choose to do moving forward, you will never be a nobody. We all obtain different skills for a reason, to better the world we live in. And don't let the success of others make you feel like your worth is not valued. You have to show your own success. World reality, there will always be someone better. But don't do it for others, do it for yourself. Being here already is a huge accomplishment, so be proud of it. And I want to end with a huge congratulations to the last class of the 90 babies. The teachers will miss us.
Good morning. My name is Bailey Besta, and I am the Senior Class Vice President. It is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. When deciding upon a speaker, we wanted someone who we believed would have insight for us and would inspire us, but who also had a connection to our experiences at Memorial. This individual has an undergraduate degree from the California Institute of Technology, a certificate of advanced study in mathematics from Cambridge University, a PhD in mathematics from Princeton University, and is currently an associate professor of mathematics at Carnegie Mellon University. He has coached the back-to-back world champion USA International Math Olympiad team and founded XP.com, a website of math puzzles. It is a privilege to introduce Memorial Class of 2000 alumnus, Mr. Po Shen Lo.
Hi, everyone. It's a huge honor to be back. When I think about the different graduations that I've gone through, the high school graduation is the single most exciting of them because it represented a split between the first 17 years of my life, where I was learning from many other people, and the next 17 years of my life, when I was still learning from other people, but suddenly free to make all of my own decisions. This is really exciting. But at the same time, it's scary. Because what if you make the wrong decision? As we said, it's hard to tell. I want to talk a bit about different kinds of reward. Short-term, long-term. This is sometimes what makes the difference between a good or not so great decision, because most of them make you happy at some point. I was inspired by some of the people that I met throughout my life. For this story, I'm talking about a guy who I used to go to the gym with in college. I actually used to go to the gym. And we would go every other day, and we would chat about what we were doing. We were both computer hackers, so we, in a good way. No laws were broken, but we built things. When we came back one time, he was saying how he thought friend networks were really interesting and wanted to know what people's social networks looked like. This was before Facebook. So he wrote a program on his computer where anyone could put up your contacts. Back then, this wasn't considered spooky. And you would then be able to see what your friend network looked like. We thought this was cool. The next time we went to the gym, he commented that his computer had crashed because too many people thought this was exciting and started to put their contacts on it. The next time we came back, he said somebody offered him some amount of money to buy this software. As a college student at the time, I thought this was fantastic. I said, well, great, are you going to take it? He said, no. He wasn't interested. He did it because it was interesting, not just because there was money involved. Interesting. So he just, he did those things. Later, a few years later, I was doing my master's degree, and we were still staying in touch. And he had commented about how he had decided to take a break from college, which in the early 2000s is considered strange. So he took a break from college to work for something crazy called a startup company, which for me I had never really thought about before. And furthermore, this startup company wasn't very big at the time. There were just a bunch of people living in a house, supposedly writing programs to do something. But he was chatting and he was saying, yes, he's working on this thing. He actually, because they're small, he was the chief technology officer, the first chief technology officer in a house. But in the email, he was telling me what the company was. I didn't know too much about it at the time, but he said, I'm working for this new company called thefacebook.com. I think the rest is a bit of history, right? But never being one who was motivated by just the money, he actually left Facebook, changed his name, left Facebook when it was on the growth trend. And because he wanted to do something else that was more challenging and more interesting, maybe. He had this crazy idea back then that if you could collect questions that people want to answer and maybe put them on the internet and let other people try to answer them and maybe let the best answer be voted to the top, then maybe this would be cool. At the time, many people thought it was ridiculous. Many people didn't expect it would go anywhere. Today, some of you may even use this website. Has anyone here heard of Quora.com? Some. Okay, well, depends on where you go. It's quite popular in certain circles. It's actually a billion-dollar company at this point. But, later in life I found out this pattern of behavior of just doing interesting things without worrying too much about cashing out early was what he had done for ages. Apparently when he was in high school. He also, with a friend, started something where you could put up your songs you liked listening to. And it would start recommending other songs to you based on what it was, based on what you had submitted. This was before Spotify. And actually, when they graduated from high school, he and his friend were offered $1 million to go and sell the software and work for these other companies instead. Apparently, the story goes, they actually rejected that as well. Of course, his friend was named Mark Zuckerberg, and had they accepted the offer, there would have been no Facebook, no Quora. These are not me. I'm not at that level. I'm not at that level yet. But this is what I was exposed to from relatively early on. I'll share a little bit about maybe what I do. This is not a recipe for how to do anything. It's just the only thing I know, which is my own experiences. I had the fortune of graduating from one of the best high schools in the world, Memorial. Which is a key starting point. You got to start on strength. I went to college, and I think the most important outcome of college was the people I met. In particular, the person I now spend my life with. We got married actually the day before graduating college. I made that to emphasize life is not only about academics, life is also about relationships. From there, I went and did a few things. And my first real job, long job, was at Carnegie Mellon University. And what I want to share here is that there are a lot of people here with a lot of energy. I could see from that senior video. A lot of energy, a lot of passion. And it doesn't have to be academic energy, just energy. So when you go to work in an organization, one of the things you can try to do is to try to make that organization the best that it could be. So when I went to Carnegie Mellon, I set a life goal, which is, let's see if I can bring this university to really, really world famous. And there were some insights. There were some things that we thought we could do. We were collaborating with colleagues. Everything is with teamwork. And the insight was, maybe if we have a place where professors are working really closely with students, maybe there will be something special. So life goal at the time, maybe about 7 years ago, was let's bring this university to the top. Fast forward 7 years, we actually, as a university, just won #1 in the university-wide math competitions across all North America. That was that was unexpected that would be that quick. But along those lines, along that time, as it seemed like things were picking up, I said, it looks like I'll have achieved this life goal pretty soon. And if you can tell from what I look like, I'm not hopefully done with life yet. And at some other point in the middle, I said, well, I started to be involved with the Math Olympiads, which is the Olympics of math. And I was moving into the leadership of that. And I said, since that first life goal seems like it's getting done, let's try another one. I wonder if we can do something to bring up the United States Olympic math team, which is like moving the scale that you work on from the organization to the country. It doesn't matter how you do it, but I do want to urge you, we did open with the national anthem. Thinking about country is a great thing. So I said, I wonder if I can do something to try to change the way we even think about how you coach a team. And maybe instead of focusing on the how of how to do math, we focus on the why of why to do math. We did that. I guess, to put a long story short, we then ended up winning twice in a row. United States of America, #1 in the world, first time in 20 years. But then that also was sort of achieved. So then I said I still have more to do. And actually my current life goal, if you see the trend is that it's really fun to set something, try to get it, and then to just keep going up. I sort of sometimes think of myself like a chimpanzee swinging from the trees, that sort of thing. You get the next vine, and then you just go higher. It's fun. It's like a video game. But the next thing I said was, I want to do something to really help improve global education. Because this mind of ours is what makes us human. You might say, what do we need to improve? Things are good. Well, that's because you're in one of the best schools in the world. And I actually meant that. I go around to many, many places. I said the world. You guys are among the most fortunate. If I could send my kids to this school, I would. I just don't live here, which is a shame. But because of the fact that you are so privileged and some other people don't have this opportunity, I said, I wonder if there's some way I could do this on the world. But I have no money. I have not many connections. I don't even have people working for me. Everything requires insight. The insight was, today, how many of you have a computer within arm's reach? Maybe not here. I don't know if you were allowed to bring them into the call center, but definitely all the parents do. And this thing is amazing. Here's a tidbit that I like to leave behind. This thing that fits in my pocket can do mathematical calculations as fast as the entire world working together at the same time. It's because the speed is measured in gigahertz. And giga means billion, the same billion as the world's 7 billion population. Gigahertz means per second. So the basic insight was, if you have now devices that are as powerful as the whole world combined, maybe they can help, not replace, but maybe help the sorts of education we have today. My goal is to deliver a personal teacher to every person on the planet. I haven't achieved this goal yet. Still working on it. But maybe we can check back another time. I'll close with talking about this device, or this revolution that we're in. I mentioned this because we're now in a stage of upheaval. And if we aren't right now, we will be within 10 years. This is as disruptive as the Industrial Revolution was about 200 or 300 years ago. Back then, before Industrial Revolution, most people worked in agriculture. And the role of a human being back then was to convert sunlight into kinetic energy. You were supposed to eat food and push things. And maybe you had the help of a horse. Then steam engines were invented, and you didn't need this anymore. And the whole world changed. We even measure the power of an engine in horsepower. But today, we now have something which is 1 billion times faster than a human being. And because of that, that's going to change the entire landscape, and everything we counted on is not going to be there anymore. This is still not just scary, but it's an opportunity. You are the pioneers. You are really the pioneers in this new age of human civilization. And by using your skills, whether they be technical or interpersonal, you have the chance to shape the history of the world. I encourage you to shape it responsibly, the same responsible again. Because another danger is as we get more and more power in technology, people can use it irresponsibly. So where does our sense of responsibility come from? It actually, from my perspective, it comes from the amazing role models which I had the opportunity to be with, among whom are the teachers of this wonderful school system. They taught us not only how to do math, science, world cultures. They taught us by example how to be people, how to take skills that they have and share them with the next generation and inspire the future. I'm sharing this because all of you have skills. You can direct those skills in the future to yourself. I encourage you to try to learn from the experience that we've had here. Share those skills with others. The world will be a nicer place for not only you, not only the world, not only your family, but the future. From a class of 2000 grad, welcome to the Memorial Alumni family.
Thank you, Poshen. Superintendent Cheatham, Chief of Schools Fralin, and Board Member Mertz, I hereby certify that the students before you, the Madison Memorial Class of 2017, have met all of the requirements for graduation as set forth in board policy and are ready to receive their high school diplomas from the Madison Metropolitan School District. Would the class of 2017 please approach the stage?
Michael Joseph Mullis. Samantha Jane Adler. Riak Abdikarim Ahmed. Kaylin Janae Annan. Vanshika Ahoju. Jocelyn Alcantara. Jose Alcantara. Adrian Manuel Alcorta. Armando Maria Alcorta. Maggie May Alioto. Raekwon Tyreek Allen. Victorio Comlin Amusu. Haley Nicole Anderson. Mary Kate Anderson. Madeline Marie Anderson Sarno. Rahim Ullah Unsari. Brendan Tarmizi Arafin. Larissa Avellino. Sebastian Alexander Aylward. Ian Thomas Bach. Ryan Rajin Banerjee. Lindsay Ann Barge. Natalie Faye Barrett. Sarah Jane Barta. Matthew John Bauman. Taylor Jade Bearden. Carolyn Jane Bergman. Stephanie Bernal. Maya Ann Berry. Grace Bohan Keenitz. Bailey Taylor Besta. Varsha Bandari. Tenzin Booty. Molly Catherine Bidwell. Jonas Lawrence Beats. Cedric Reese Blackmore. Allison Willoughby Blanchard. Davis James Blanchard. Deborah Louise Blank. Alexander Nicholas Bloom. Isaac Christopher Blum. Kaylee Elizabeth Bowe. Eliana Freya Bogest. Matida Bojang. James Cody Bull III. Daniel Lawrence Bonazza. Logan Donald Bookstaff. Dalton Ray Borstein. Alex Glenn Borland. Imani Nate Braxton. Kiani Lee Braxton. Ty Broderick Bryan. Zanesha Lanisha Bullock. Connor Joseph Brown. Jordan Jamal Bush. Noah James Cagnazzo. Samantha Marie Caldecourt. Henry David Capuano. Akeem M. Carey. Jordan William Carlson. Matthew Stewart Carapresso. Jamie Lene Carter. Victoria Ann Center. Daniel Chavez. Benny Chen. David Chen. Alyssa Catherine Chubati. Daniel Cisneros. Mercedes Chanel Cisneros. Isaac Cutler Clark. Sierra Sharian Kolar. Megan Elizabeth Coles. Spencer William Compton. Rowan Bridget Conklin. Nicholas David Corsi. Antriana Marie Cox. Fatima Carolina Cruz. Valeria Cruz Resendez. Hannah Sidney Cryer. Sean Alexander Cunningham. Chase Thomas Danielson. Juliana Briel Davis Webb. Lucas Sanders Day. Peyton Elizabeth Decker. Mark Hermanus DeYoung. Anirudh Desikan. Sawang Dalkar. Cesar Dominguez. Serene Dorji. Nathaniel Rashad Douglas. Edmund Joseph Elder. Marlo Elizabeth Eldridge. Kelly Ann Elms. Kristen Lee Erickson. Taylor Jean Eslick. Madeline Page Esser. Christian Elohio Asensio. Deja Jacque Evans. Joel Thomas Feliski. Danielle Brooke Farr. Elizabeth Ann Foss. Jonathan Quinn Ferguson. Indonesia Janae Fields. Catherine Marie Fowler. Spencer Madison Frame. Caleb Daniel Freed. Nicole Hustad Fry. Ryan Jacob Friedenreich. Megan Marie Gale. Mitzi Marajose Garcia Torres. Emma Scott Pierrick. Jose Alberto Garcia de Gabriel. Monique Lynette Ganeshow. Clayton A. Geenan. Dominic Robert Gentile. Ray Miguel Gilardez. Daniel Ryan Gill. Mackenzie Marie Ginther. Denarius Dejan Gibson Richmond. Nicholas Anthony Getz. Charlotte Marie Getzky. Zachary Benjamin Gonring. Jared Matthew Gonzalez. Raymond James Gonzalez. Kiara Antoinette Goodall. Jordan Taylor Green. Thomas Joseph Green. Maxwell Lucas Greenleaf. Casey Charles Gregorich Trevor, Bakari L. Griffin, Milady Abigail Guzman Rosales, Kashira Carlisa Hall, Joshua Christian Halverson, Minson Han, Joseph Brandon Harper, Benjamin Davis Harrington, Demaine Jacquees Harris, Jansen Ryan Hefty, Thomas Lawrence Heiniger, Anna Baleen Hernandez Juarez, Justin Blue Heron, Marissa Louise Hetzler, Michaela Siania Hill, Jessica Marie Hisgen, Drake Edward Horton, James Ernest Lamont Horton Jr., Emma Jordan Hubbard, Nikos Hulet, Leah Aid Holsey, Carl Philip Hummel, Gurum Tapal Singh Honda, Amina Diam Fumani Idris, Colin Montgomery Jackson, Kulani Ramona Jarling, Andrea Catherine Jenga, Joseph Gabriel Jenga, Ashley Morgan Jansen, William Walter Jessup, Nicholas Taylor Jewell, Henry Franklin Johnson, Lauren Meredith Johnson, Matthew Robert Johnson, Emily Ann Kaldenberg, Grace Mary Caldor, Ahmed Siafa Keita, Molly Grace Kempen, Dima Kenj Halabi, Ryan Patrick Kenny, Ben James Kermgard, Mohammed Abraham Karaz, Nathaniel James Keene, Elizabeth Bryn Kiley, Katrina Madison King, Cora Marie Kinney, Adam Daniel Kleisch, Samantha Dawn Cluth, Logan William Connect, Christopher Michael Knight, Thomas Richard Kanaki, Anastasia Grace Coyce, Lauren Elizabeth Krieg, Haley Jean Cruzen, Amaya Niraj Kulkarni, Gagan Kumar, Sunjana Kumar, Matthew Gerard Keisley, Ariane Shalise Lanaville, Greta Nancy Largett, Odowe Langston Asiakoli Lasse, Zachary Stephen Lacey, Parker LaFergie, Jackson Peter Lemberger, Tyler Joseph Lenling, Tenzin Lamo, Kiara Liberti, Jessica Renee Liebau, Jackie Lin, Carly Elizabeth Lindauer, Ding Yu Liu, Jessica Liu, Andrea Lopez, Isaiah Lopez, Ian Nathaniel Fitzgerald. Robert Gerard Bennett. Travion Rashad Townsend. Tykira Maisha Lavita McNeil. Jonathan C. Roberts. Dondrian Kalu Conklin. Destiny Maria Treadwell. David Munaz.
Alfred Joshua Lopez Daniel. Adrian Josephine Lohr. Jacob Daniel Lotto. Juan Alonso Lozano. Alejandro Lozano Martinez. Rachel Marie Moss. Brock Alexander McDonald. Peter Edward Mallon. Christopher Kenneth Mann. Itzel Annette Martinez Castillo. Claimer Gabriela Martinez. Joanne Yanira Martinez. Brian Starlin Martinez. Cariana Martin. Sarah Iwin Marty. Mohammed Yusuf Maruf. Benjamin John McCabe. Hey, buddy. Philip John McCarthy. Olivia Ann McDermott. Robert Lee McGriff. What? Rory Edward McGuire. Lauren Rachel McMahon. Molly Christine McMahon. Yasmin L. McNeil. Eliza Catherine McPike. Yamil Waleshka Medina Velasquez. Becky May. Tina Nicole Meyer. Anne Marie Miller. Ian Philip Miller. Marquez Miller. Spencer Finn Miller. Carla Yvonne Miranda. Christopher James Morales. Oh, hi, Perry. Perry J. Moran. Angel Renee Morgan. Darian Antoine Devin Morgan. Dakota Jonathan Morose. Hadley Burkhart Nellis. Marta Jean Nelson. Lauren Emily Neustadt. Emily Griffin Newman. Christine Nagayan. Derek Claire Norris. Georgia Lynn Norton. Joy Shun Hong Newley. Olivia Lauren Oakes. Donovan Pepple Ogden. Blake Earl Olson. Benoit Etienne Ortalo Manier. How was that, good? Chloe Marie Ortalo Manier. Monica Michelle Ortiz. Nicole Meredith Osborne. Adam James Osborne. Guled Awais Osman. Isabella Ann Oka. Jonah Francis Parks. Anthony Clarence Peckin. Dane Alexander Peplinski. Benjamin David Percy. What is it? Cynthia Andrea Person. Hunter James Peters. Miranda Ellen Peterson. Nicole Twilon Huang Pham. Alistair Ryan Polkinghorn. Vivian Ann Polkinghorn. Joseph Alonso Ponte. Nicole Clara Rose Powers. Anna Teresa Prestine. Jade Catherine Proctor. Hey. Wesley Yvonne Proctor. Grace Alexandra Jill Quant. Rosalie Marie Quintana. Which one? Iris Cassandra Ramirez. Sagar Melind Ranade. Erica Jordan Reiners. Caleb Joseph Rattel. Trevion Arlandis Rattel. Krista Adriana Reyes. Quinn Williams Reynolds Pennington. Brandon Daniel James Rice. Tiana Amari Richmond Lee. Daniela Rico Sanchez. Alonso Rivas Alvarez. Omar Rivas Alvarez. Jacob Lee Robinson. Elena Therese Roach. Rihanna Monet Rogers. Claire Marie Roan. Maria Rojas Flores. Eve Xiaoyu Rosenthal. Jennifer Catherine Roth. Zildjian Diaz Salupin. Brian Nicholas Sandoval. Claudia Elizabeth Sandoval Lopez. Giovanni Martin Antonio Santos. Amaya Banerjee Sanyal. Asher Lewitt Scarlett. Edward Rowan Shuey. Noah Richard Schneider. Morgan Elizabeth Schrader. Noah David Shriver. Sarah Catherine Schumacher. Hey, Brittany. Brittany Lee Scott. Kevin Dante Scott. Mary Teresa Champeau. Rithik Sharat. Kentrell Jaleel Shaw. Dana Joy Sherbeck. Austin Masao Shoemaker. Benjamin Gabriel Shovers. Logan Joseph Simmerman. Armand Singh. Hey. Danielle Lee Swanee. Hey, buddy. Margaret Lillian Sleeth. Matthew John Slowey. Lucas Jake Smith. Sager Barrett Smith. Soraya Amari Smith. Adam Smith Jr. Lilibeth Carol Snellman. Jane Song. Tenzin Dolkar Sopa. Omari Laquan So. Makai Yeshua Spotsville. Anirudh Srinivasan. Evan Robert Stengel. Colby Thomas Steinhofer. Raye Sabrina Doriel Steps. Stephen Elmer Stetzer. Rebecca Faye Stone. Claire Shuden Son. Hey, buddy. Colin Paul Supple. Kala Espua Schwales. Tenzin Shani Tadhe. Riley Sebastian Tate. Christopher Brandon Taylor. Latavia Ann Taylor. Sylvanus Henry Tetzner. Hong Pao Tao. Mylia Tao. Yayuko Tao. Ryan Timothy Thede. Arnold Cortez Thompson Jr. Samantha Rose Thompson. Searing Tundup Tonghar. Bennett Sale Tomalin. Brenda Lucero Torres Rivas. Nicole Marissa Tosto. Emily Julia Trinkner. Jacob Lawrence Truman. Jack Fee Tong. Lonnie D. Tyus IV. Rupa Priyadarshini Umamamesh Varan. Jonathan Santiago Urbina. Sophia Rose Vaccaro. Oscar Doroteo Valdez. Yahaira Valine. Elysian Vallon. Logan Antone Vanderwielen. Caroline Grace Van Dort. Hey, buddy. Luke Anthony Vandermeer. John Vang. Mina Helene Von Bank. Sanford S. Vongse. Emily Lynn Vosberg. Jack Christian Votava. Kalina Valerie Vu. Isabella Rose Walters. You got it. Nicholas Michael Walters. Molly Mungtien Wong. Alejandro David Wanta. Madeline Grace Ward. Serena Washington. Justin Roger Watts. Shania Alicia Weaver. Erin Ruth Webb. Hey, Nathan Ryan Weber. Wiesenberg? Eleanor Rose Wessenberg. I got it. William James Wilson. DeMarco J. Wimbish Patton. Kyle James Taliesin. Jessica Marie Wolenek. Jonathan Daniel Wolenek. Ian Joseph Woodruff. Jeremiah Eugene Woodruff. Maurice L. Wright. Isabella Shin Wu. Megan Alicia Worf. Beining Shi. Bong Zhong. Christopher Hao Zhu. Kanong Yang. Peter Jia Yang. Oscar Zavala Vega. Jeantua Zhu. Anna Krista Ziegelhofer. Victoria Ciclau Shikale. Jackson Adams Weifel. Stella Victoria Ma. Maya Rose Weaver. Candace Latrice Richardson. Carmeletta Michelle Richardson.
Class of 2017, please stand. Moving the tassel on your graduation cap signifies that you are now moving from one phase of life to another. As your last activity as a class, please move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations, class of 2017.
For DVD copies of this program, go to mmsd.tv and click on Video Order Form.